Here's the big part. This is a piece of property we own. That's a recycling center for concrete, it's a short stone. That's the only area we have to be permanent. We're staying away. We have ponds here, which aren't affected. There's a tile over here, and the area from the north end, which we could have went down to, but we didn't need it. We only needed that area that's clear. That's it. I think it's on some of the prints over here. But at least I want everybody to see where it's actually located and what's usable. So there's not going to be stuff out by the road. There's not going to be stuff way up on the sides. It's the very center of the heart of the property of that 71 acres. That's just basically showing the driveway and gets everybody off the roads. All paved. People come out of here, things through here, all the kids, it's all dirt. So we're just trying to, that's one thing that was appealing was we're not going to swing mud out on the road. You can tell it's basically causing erosion issues over there. All right, this is what we're trying to do. We understand that traffic goes all back and forth through there. You got UPS right there. You've got all kind of trucks. They go back to Wingfoot, back and forth everywhere through there. We were right by Pine Forest, and that was one of the things that we liked about the property. There's no reason you can pull out, take a right, you hit all the major areas. You don't have to, you could be right there on the interstate, go to a job, you can jump back to 29, you can go back around, you can get Mobile Highway. There's no reason for you to go back through that neighborhood. If you're just shortcut, we'll actually have a sign at the end of it that says point blank, right turn only when you come out. We're going to try to enforce it as much as we can. We'll try to direct people. Y'all know as well as we know, I'm not going to sit there and try to BS anybody here. We're going to do everything we can to keep people going to the right, and we're going to try to encourage to keep them going to the right for the community.
Mr. Jacques, you said something, and I think it's very, very critical for the citizens to know. You said you're going to have a sign directing people, and if you're going to do that, we can make that. I want to make that part of the special project condition going forward. That
I'm fine with
there
that.
would be a sign where people cannot come back to the wedge through the community.
Just like you pull out a Dunkin' Donuts, it says right turn only, or
Right.
Krispy Kreme. We're trying to do the same thing. There's a purpose for that. They want to redirect traffic.
I'm still not understanding. So when you come out of your facility and take a right, then what? Are you going to go all the way down to Longleaf, or are you going to go down Blackmore Road?
We're talking about, we should go to the right, and you got Pine Forest right there. The commercial route, Longleaf's a commercial route. Pine Forest is a commercial route. You can go straight to it. Right, and one thing we try to get people to understand too, we're not creating new trucks. We're not increasing the traffic flow to there that's already there. We're redirecting them from that. We're not making new things. The guys that will bring stuff up are the same ones that take it in your neighborhood already. We're just trying to get them to come over this way and change their way to getting there instead of going to the community. Like I said, there's not going to be people coming from Alabama. There's not going to be people coming from all over the state. I hear the argument about, oh, there's going to be so many more trucks through there. Where are they coming from? They're the same ones in the community already. We're just trying to get them to route differently. Where we're at, you don't have to go down that. Yeah, Walmart, I haven't actually drove down to that area. When it's cleared through there, but look, you don't.
There's no reason why to go down the road.
Okay, there's no reason.
No trucks allowed in.
Because we looked at it, we looked at the map, was go out, go straight to, I mean, people talk about the schools and everything. Well, there's a ton of buses too right there, all that. And we don't have the traffic that you think we have. We really don't. Yeah, but if we try to, the biggest thing is try to keep them out of the twist and curve. I don't like going, you go down through to get the Wingfoot, there's a lot of sharp turns through there. You got telephone poles right there. And I even tell my guys, we have an office over there on 29. And I tell them to avoid that area because I don't want one of my guys clipping something or anything else and tearing something up. It's not needed, we don't need to be there. We can hit the interstate right there, I can be on I-10 in no time to be at Pine Forest that quick. And I'm out of the neighborhood. And even though it's a shorter route going straight through, it's faster for us to go to the speed limit and go around the other way without the lights and the traffic. So, but we are, and I'm with what Horace said, I'll 100% sign that because we want to put it there anyway. And if it's like anything else, if you can direct someone over and over and over and they see it in their mind, And then it's a legal route to go. Eventually people are gonna do it. They're gonna catch on. They're gonna say, okay, that's the way to go. And we're really trying to bring that in the positive side of it because there's really no need to drive through that neighborhood, period.
Man, the problem with this community are these dump pits already. It's a really good idea to add another one. It's putting fuel on the fire. The big problem we have here is not the trucks. It's these pits. And how do we know in the future? All these people said they were going to do the right thing. None of them did. How do we know you did?
Again, I get paid for it when it leaves, not when it stays. My main income is when it goes out. As a broker, I get paid for those chips. I get paid for those things. So sitting on the ground, it makes no sense to me. Zero.
So you're never going to start taking money for the dump?
No, we do. We do it. We have a tipping fee. We have a tipping fee, but a tipping fee is not a giant thing. A tipping fee is not as high as you think. I get paid a lot more by the tonnage than they do. We charge by the yard because I think it's a fair thing to do than tons. And then we get paid by the ton when it goes out. So we have to process more, but it's in the truck. But yeah, we do get paid for it coming in, but not as much as we get paid for it going out. Again, I've allotted 10 acres. If you want a landfill, 10 acres ain't gonna do it.
What if you ask for more later?
What's you have what?
What if you ask for more acres later? How do we know you're not going to expand?
I have to get approved by them right there. If I don't get approved by the county, Mr. Jones, what did I ask for?
Yeah, I can tell you right now, if he wants to be a C&D facility, it'll never happen on that site again. Never. Now, if he do something, he may do something illegally, but as far as the county approving it, because he don't, a few years ago, under the direction of your county commissioner, he directed staff and the BCC voted to make C&D facilities a whole lot harder to get. And the requirements are extremely difficult. It got to come through the commissioners before that'll pass again. And it got to come through us before that pass again. It'll be extremely difficult, not in my lifetime, before another C&D facility on his site come on that site.
Thank you.
Yeah. And also to answer your question, for 4 months we sat down with Horace and we went through it because we knew a lot of stuff happened in the community. We'd heard about and read about Rolling Hills. Rolling Hills had a great thing going and they totally destroyed it. I mean, I think that was the dumbest thing, losing that site, what they done with the railroad spur there. In the future, if there's a biomass plant ever built somewhere, they had a great thing going. That would have been really good for the whole community, but they destroyed that. And going into that, my family would have never purchased the property, which my family basically is right here. That's it, and our sons. When we came and proposed to Mr. Jones about what we're going to put together, it wasn't an easy task. No, not at all. And I actually had a contingent contract with the company I purchased it from for 4 months. I would go through all kind of, testing, everything else as far as that goes, and how I wanted to use it before I would even purchase it. And I had several meetings with Mr. Jones, and trust me, I had that man sit in front of me and go, this is not easy. It's not going to be easy. You're going to have a hard road. And he put me through a very hard road. And there's a lot of times I had to bite my tongue. We sit back, but we went through and we complied with every single thing they had to do and then some. And just to make sure that we were going to be bringing something that was the right thing, legitimately a good company, and not make a massive impact on it. This is as far as the route goes. This right now is the community where everybody usually has to drive through to get there. This is what we're trying to avoid. Trying to get everybody away from having the zigzag those curves I was talking about. This is what we have. You come straight out, there's Pine Forest, there's Blue Angel. Those are your commercial routes. That's all you have to drive when you come off that interstate. When you come up Mobile Highway. There's no reason to go in through that. I think they actually, I'd like to get with Commissioner Mays and have them put no truck route stuff on there. But I don't know how much pull UPS and all that has in the area to do that. There's a shorter route to go and it gets to a commercial spot. But a UPS also has to deliver to residential and things like that. So, conditions we met. We've basically, the property is zoned HCLI.
You have a contract with
No. They have a similar facility, doing the same thing. And some of the things I don't agree how they're doing it, but that's how, and we're not going to be doing the fertilizer. But no, a lot of their stuff has bags and stuff in it. We don't want that. A lot of it's going to be our stuff, and then there'll be land clearing people coming to us. So we actually try to get.
When you say our, you mean what, like the general population?
Right, general population. We there's a gentleman, Salisbury land clearing. They can bring in there, things like that. Private industries, they can bring all their stuff into. Commercial land clearing companies, other tree companies. We have several other tree companies that want to bring somewhere, and we brought their attention. Now we don't know what they're picking up, other than we know they're done. We can tell there'll always be somewhere they're spotting. We've seen problems, and again, I've worked 15 major hurricanes with FEMA. We've seen stuff come in. So that was a big thing. So many times you would see fencing rotted up and stuff, concrete rotted up and stuff. That destroys the machines. Yeah. Oh yeah, we expect to see stuff, but we can stop it and nip it, because everybody comes through. For one thing, you're going to have a separate account. We're going to need a driver's license. We're going to need a responsibility report. So if we get something we have to get rid of, we can actually have them sign off and say, if we catch it at the beginning of it, we go from there.
Why didn't y'all look at it, put all of this stuff approved before you brought something else into this area? We might have enough problems. Have all of this settled before you ever started any kind of business. You must have died on your cancer. And we do not need any more problems coming from nobody. Don't buy up no property over here so you won't have any problem. We didn't approve you to come in, so we're not going to approve you staying.
As far as like this, the commission, we've had every requirement that the county planning board has thrown at us, everything. Everything down for environmental protection. I'm sorry? Oh, actually, once we're up and going, we're advertising to the community, actually providing free landscaping mulch. So if anybody want to landscape or beautify things like that, we would actually provide that for no charge. Yes, there is. We're going to probably hire about 15 to 20 people. And we're going to take applications from the neighborhood. We'll have first shot at it. If you meet the requirements, the application is fine. We encourage it.
I'm all for recycling, I'm all for green, and I personally don't have a problem with you coming in there and know what we do. I personally don't. But my concern is, and I'm just going to tell you what we've experienced in the past. I live on Walmart Road, and when that concrete place came in and they started doing all their crushing work, the air was full of it. And my house was full of stuff. And my concern is this is just grinding up something else, and are we going to have another mass air explosion of all kinds of debris?
We also tree debris on that. We on the ground across the street from where we were at before. We have neighborhoods saying we had dust going in the air, but nobody actually said no, because we didn't. We've been grinding for 6 months before anybody came over, and we shut that facility down because we were going through the zoning. It was too small a piece of property, and we put it down.
My concern is the dust, because, and especially, I couldn't believe that the Scandinavian County School District allowed that concrete
Well,
business.
but concrete too. It's like anything else. And I watched that entire board meeting from start to finish, and to be honest with you, I was kind of surprised that through myself.
Right there at those schools, and that's a big concern, and are you going to have some kind of a water?
Oh, we have, yeah, there's actually a misting system on that. Green vegetation usually has zero dust. When it's green, it comes through, it's already wet. Anything that's dry, a lot of times dry stuff will have some dust from it. It gets put down quick. There's a table that feeds the product in. It can dampen it right then. As it comes up the conveyor, it can spray it the second time. But usually we should have pretty much zero dust. We should have nothing at all drifting off that property, ever. And again, open door policy. People are welcome to come out there, don a hard hat, ear protection, and watch it work.
Excuse me, we have some speakers tonight that are
We're
very
not
important
waiting
to this
to-
subject.